Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about the reinforcement appearances, UI updates and release notes for the upcoming reinforcement update later this week. Before going any further though, if you do enjoy the video then be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any more of my content. Now we already know that we're getting 2 updates in December. We already knew that the first update was coming in the first week of December, which is this week, and that is going to be on December 5th, which is a Thursday. And then we got the other update, which is focusing on the Rise of Skywalker content, now confirmed to be coming mid-December, and that's obviously going to have Rise of Skywalker content. And this first update is going to have quality of life changes, but the biggest thing is reinforcement appearances. Now this is the first wave of reinforcement customization, which is actually something I've been really looking forward to for a long time. It's been something that I've wanted for years now, so to see them finally coming into the game is a really great thing, and I'm hoping we can get many more to come in the future. So I wasn't expecting too many skins, to be fair. I knew we were getting more than 3, obviously Ben said that a few weeks ago. I was only really expecting to have 5 or 6 skins really, but in total we have 10. So we've got 4 skins for the BX Commando droid, 3 skins for the ARC Trooper, 2 for the Clone Commando, and 1 for the droideka. Now every skin, it says here, will cost 20,000 credits or 500 crystals, and therefore will be placed at a rare rarity. However, the Captain appearance for the BX Commando droid will be a common rarity and will only cost you 5,000 credits or 150 crystals. So now I'm going to take a quick look at the reinforcement customization in each individual one. I'll start off with the clones and then I'll go into the droids, but with the clone troopers, the ARC and the Clone Commando of course, the way they look, I was genuinely not expecting this at all. They look so different to how I ever imagined, and kind of strange, but I quite like it. So for the ARC Trooper, we have this black and green lambent seeker, which is really cool. It has like a nice white and really colourful design, which I really enjoy. We've got the blue and grey Cobalt Hero, which has got some nice details on the helmet. Really like this skin, almost 501st in a way. And then we've got this, what says black and yellow Umbra Operative, it's actually black and orange, so there's a bit of a typo there. But again, this is completely black with some orange details, which I really like. And as I said, these 3 ARC Trooper skins are very different to how I ever imagined they'd be, and I'm really happy that they're going to be in the game actually, and I cannot wait to spend my credits on them. Moving on now to the Clone Commandos real quick, we've got 2 skins for this. We've got the Urban Fighter, which has some green and orange patterns with a lot of white, which looks really cool. Again, I wasn't expecting anything like this really, but I'm really happy with the way it looks. And then we've also got the Jungle Striker appearance, which takes covert operations to the next level, as it says in the CT, which is obviously some very dark green camo appearances, which looks really cool. So that are all the appearances for the Clone Troopers. I think they're really awesome, actually really happy with how they've turned out, and again, like I said, very different and unique to how I ever imagined them. The droids, however, are a bit more predictable really. I kind of assumed these would come at some point. The droideka doesn't actually have an image for it, unfortunately, but the droideka will be having its training appearance, and then the commando droids will have 4 appearances, which are as follows. So we're starting off with the droid commando captain. Obviously this was leaked back in August when the B1 skins came, but this is really, really basic, really cool skin. Happy that that's going to be coming. We've then also got the training droid appearance for the commando droid, which again looks amazing, also leaked back in August. And then we've got 2 skins as well, one of which I actually kind of assumed would come anyway, and this is the Citadel appearance based off the Clone Wars commandos on the prison in Lola Sao, which I'm really happy with, and actually I saw a lot of the community asking for this appearance, so really happy to see this. And then we've also got this one where it says occasionally BX Commando droids would also serve as bodyguards to separatist dignitaries, which was the inspiration for the diplomat appearance, which is also going to be there. It's the first one you see in the GIF, but you can't really tell too much based on from the design at the moment that I'm looking at. It looks pretty blue. I imagine we've seen it quite a lot in the Clone Wars anyway, but again, all of these skins I'm really happy with, and I cannot wait to start using them on the Battlefront on Thursday. Moving on now to some of the finer details. We've got some really nice UI updates, and then we've also got some hero changes, some of which I'm very happy with, and I will go through some of them, not all of them of course. But going to the UI elements, the damage reduction icon is something that a lot of people have actually been complaining about. I thought was a really great change, however, a lot of people were saying it was too big, which I think is totally understandable, and they've also, so they've scaled that down, but they've also added an element to it where that if you're shooting at a longer range and you hit a target, then the opacity will be lower than if a target was right in front of you. So that's really, really nice actually. So like I said, they've downscaled it, and then the opacity will be different based on where your opponent is, like how far your opponent is away from you, which I think is a really, really great change. So really happy to see that. The kill message as well, instead of coming above the crosshairs, will now be below. So both of these things are done so that you can essentially see better. You can see the field of play a lot better than before, which I think is really nice. Although I'm kind of concerned to see how that's going to play out, because I feel like so far the bottom of the screen is just filled with UI. So I personally don't mind the kill message being above the crosshairs, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Another welcome change as well is that when you're trying to spawn onto a command post in capital supremacy or instant action, every command post will now have a name. So obviously a few months ago they made an update where the voice lines would kind of say the names of different command posts, which I think kind of confused a lot of people, but those names will now be on the contextual spawn screen, which I think is really useful and will obviously help out with some of that confusion. So now I'm going to be talking about some of the hero changes. Now obviously I'm not going to go through every single one because you don't want to hear that and I don't want to be saying that for many minutes, but I'm just going to go through some of the important ones that I've noted down. So to start off with, they've reduced the active ability time for Boba Fett's rocket barrage, and at the same time they've increased the rate of fire, which I'm really happy with. I know many other Boba Fett players out there will be. They've also added a 25% damage reduction to Vader when he uses his choke, and obviously this was based from community feedback. I know a lot of people, including myself, were annoyed when they removed Vader's damage reduction while he was choking. However, they've added that back now, which is very good. When General Grievous uses his Sith trained star card, he has a damage reduction at the moment of 40% when it's at epic. However, this is now going down to 25%. Again, a very welcome change, as General Grievous, when he uses his card, can only really do a couple of hits. So go down to 25 is very much welcome. So we've got a change here for Luke, which I think a lot of people are happy with, some people aren't. And this is with his Intensified star card. Now, for those who aren't aware, his Intensified star card essentially increases his maximum damage output. Now this used to be 20, 30, 40 and 50 based on the rarity. However, this has now gone down to 18, 24, 30 and 36. Now I'm actually kind of happy with that one, to be honest, because he was just able to one hit so many people, which, yeah, okay, you know, it's fun to one hit people, but in terms of the overall balancing of the game and how obviously some other people work as well, then it's kind of, it wasn't necessarily ideal really. It just made Luke a bit too OP for many people, and yeah, either way I'm happy to see this. You know, it's obviously for some places it's a big decrease, but others it's not really. It's not too bad, to be honest, but I think that's a welcome change for me. There are just a few more little changes as well now. So Han Solo can now dodge when he's using his sharpshooter ability, and then Lando can now dodge when using his sharpshot ability, which I'm really happy with actually. It was one of those things that when I was using sharpshooter with Han Solo, for example, I'd always want to try and dodge out the way of things, and I kept trying, but obviously I wasn't able to. So being able to do that now is very good. And then the last hero change I want to go over is Count Dooku. So his exposed weakness will now remove bonus health on a target. So if a clone commando, for example, has been buffed by Yoda, for example, with the health, then that will now instantly be removed, which I think is actually a fair enough thing to do. I think it's a nice little change there as well. And the last thing I'm going to mention is that the co-op menu has now been removed from multiplayer and now is in between the single player and multiplayer on those menus. So overall, guys, I think there are some really welcome changes coming to the Battlefront on Thursday, and I'm very excited for those skins as well. Hopefully the first of many for reinforcements. But now that we've got this wave of Clone Wars content again, then hopefully we won't see any Clone Wars content for a very long time now. I'm really hoping we can really get a focus on the sequel trilogy and original trilogy, and they get the same treatment that the Clone Wars has had. That's it from me today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.